Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live, we welcome back K9 to the big show. Keisean Nixon is here. Now, unfortunately, Eric Stokes couldn't join him, but we're going to make it happen. Here's what's going on. If you felt like the Packers snatched defeat from the jaws of victory yesterday, you were not alone. We'll ask him what happened in Atlanta, and we're taking you out to the old ball game for tonight's live challenge. It's time to get started. Hey, Keisean, come on in.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's Monday night. We are hanging out at the Fox Club at Neuroscience Group Field, Fox City Stadium here in Grand Chute, Wisconsin, home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers and the home of Clubhouse Live. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network, Wisconsin, and the Post Crescent. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me hear you. All right. We always call these shows therapy sessions, but I think we'll have a good time. It's way too early in the season to be dwelling on a loss. So, hey, before we get started, I want to kick it over to Dan, the man who's the cameraman. We got our high-fivers there. There they are, members of the second-ranked Fox Valley Lutheran girls volleyball team. They're here tonight. There they are. And we'll talk more about them later in the show, but we do have to talk about this. I'm contractually obligated. Atlanta Falcons 25, Green Bay Packers 24, right? Ooh, yeah, I know. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. That's the theme of the game for the shorthanded Packers as they fell to the Falcons on Sunday in frustrating fashion, right? Green Bay led by 12 heading into the final quarter, only to watch the Falcons rally and then win it with a 25-yard field goal, just 57 seconds remaining. Atlanta's rushing attack certainly lived up to its hype. 211 yards on the ground. The Falcons 175 yards, 13 points over the final three drives, 446 yards overall. But Jordan Love, how about him? He had another solid outing, didn't he? 3 more touchdowns. 2 of those were scored by rookie Jaden Reed, passer rating of 113.5. But again, the Packers offense stalled down the stretch, just 7 total yards over their final 3 series. No time to wallow, though, right, in the National Football League. Study, learn, and I think flush. I think that's the 3 words that they always use every Monday. It's Saints Week. Who's ready for the New Orleans Saints? And finally the home opener, too. It's about time. Let's fill up Lambeau Field and let's get ready. And the good news, folks, the Packers are still in first place in the NFC North, are they not? Right? That's because the Bears, the Lions, and the Vikings all lost as well. So no harm, no foul. Hey, Mad Vince, he doesn't like losing games, right? But he becomes happy, Vince, because he loves football players, and he's got one sitting right over there. Our co-host is here. It is the K9 Green Bay Packers cornerback, the All-Pro Keisean Nixon is here. He's sitting right over there. Before we get going, I want to thank our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Packerland Home Improvement. First, unlimited data for smartphones is now more affordable than ever at Cellcom with our new unlimited plan options, starting as low as $25 per month per line. No matter how many lines you need, Cellcom has you covered. Visit cellcom.com/unlimited plus for details. And Packerland Home Improvement has delivered superior windows and door installations for 30 years. Take advantage of their current special. Buy 3, get 1 free window or door plus a free Schlage electronic deadbolt upgrade with any entry door purchase. Packerland Home Improvement. It matters. It's your home. I want to get through this next little piece because it is when I have to introduce the worst part of the show. And everybody's crabby, Ricardo, so be careful. It is Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello. He's right over there.
Hello. Sorry about that feedback.
Nobody's happy right now.
No, I know that.
We're mad at you.
I'm not happy either.
We're mad at you.
But there is a silver lining again. My Bears are a game out of first place, Brett, in the NFC North.
But still fighting for that top pick again, aren't they?
But that's what it looks like. But no, hopefully things look up. Remember I told you last week, they go 0-3 and 0-4. Yikes, look out.
There'll be a house cleaning.
Yes,
in Windy
there'll be
City
something going on, I'll tell you that.
How long do we have to keep doing this Bears segment, by the way?
You're contractually obligated.
There's nothing in the contract that says
Yes.
that we're contractually obligated. But you know what you're contractually obligated to do? Tell everybody how the show works. We got a nice full house here again tonight.
It is.
And online.
And we're an interactive show, Brett. You said it, online. And right now I'm monitoring that chat. We could get questions from anywhere, I suppose, in the world right now. So thank you in advance to our chatters. Brett, any questions that they will ask, I will get over to you and Keisean right away.
Twitter or X users, right? You can give us a follow at PC Bretzi, at Ricardo DeLeon, although it sounds like they're going to start charging for Twitter pretty soon, so nobody will be using that platform anymore. Keisean is at Keisean Nixon. And again, we're on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. So please, please, please give us a like as well. So now we switch to the Saints welcome mat. Dan the Man's going to get a camera on that because it's time to kick the Saints, you know where, right? It's Saints week and home opener coming up on Sunday, and I want Keisean to stomp his feet all over that as well. Our co-host, he's in his 5th NFL season, his 2nd with the Packers. He's a confident guy. He's an aggressive guy. He's an all-pro guy. He knows how to hustle, doesn't he? I'm going to talk to him about that here in a second. And he claims to be the funnier of our 2 co-hosts. We'll put him to the test here in a second. How about a Clubhouse Live welcome for Green Bay Packers cornerback? He's the K9. He's number 25. It's Keisean Nixon.
It's apocalypse now.
There you go.
It's apocalypse now. It's apocalypse
All right.
It's apocalypse now. It's apocalypse now.
Oh, that's some good music for you. Some good intro music, huh? You like that? Yeah. All right. Let's get that mic going so we can hear you. But while you're doing that, I do have a programming note real quick. Keisean and our other co-host, Packers tight end, fullback, jack of all trades, Josiah DeGuara, they're going to be a little busy next Monday night, okay? They're going to be practicing and prepping for next Thursday's game against the Lions. You have a short week next week, so that usually means Mondays run long for the guys. Not to worry. We're still going to have a show here Monday night, and we will have a very special guest as well. I'll announce who that will be at the end of tonight's show, and I can give you a little hint. He is a Packers and an NFL legend, okay? And I'm not using that term lightly. So here we go. Let's take a deep breath, huh, shall we? I don't even have it on the script, but Keisean, I got to know how fast you were cruising down Highway 41 to get here so fast from Green Bay. What is going on? How fast were you driving, and were you eluding some state troopers?
I didn't see any. I was going pretty fast, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was driving real safe, though. Real safe, but I was driving fast.
Be quick, but don't hurry, I think the
Yeah,
great
yeah.
John Wooden said. But you flew here. When they said you were here, I was like, there's no way. He was going 90 down. But, of course, that's just not normal driving on Highway 41 these days anyway, right? It's like a racetrack, so you were just kind of going with the flow. So glad you're here. Welcome to the show. Unfortunately, Eric Stokes couldn't be here tonight. I know he's rehabbing and he's got some injury stuff, so obviously he's got to kind of
Yeah, he
focus
said sorry
on that.
he missed you guys. He actually was kind of excited to come. So
Well, maybe a little bit later in the in the year.
We'll definitely get it done.
Yeah, he's a friend of the show, Ricardo. We like Eric Stokes.
We do. He's been on there at least one time.
He was
right?
on here last year.
Yeah.
I know when he left, he told me that he didn't like you very much.
Well,
As
he was just playing.
No, he wasn't. He was
Yeah.
dead serious. So, well, let's break the ice here a little bit before we, we always do have to look back at the game, win or lose. I know, and I'm sure you had an earful today from the coaches as well as you as you went through the film. But last week, Keisean, you claimed to be the funnier of our 2 co-hosts. You said you were funnier than Josiah DeGuara.
Yeah.
So let's put you to the test. Tell us your best Keisean Nixon joke, and we're going to decide if you are indeed funny. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm not funny like that. I'm just funny like my expressions and stuff like that. I don't tell jokes.
You don't? Okay.
I don't really think too much is funny.
I tried. Well, that was kind of a funny response to a non-funny answer, I guess. I don't know.
Were you trying to set him up?
I was trying to just kind of make him happy, make him happy after a tough day. So, well, we're gonna move on then, and I want to get this out there too, because we talked about this last year a little bit, but I can't remember how the conversation went. But I mentioned it last week when you were here. You have a connection to Snoop Dogg, right?
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg. Now, there are rumors out there, Keisean, that you are related to Snoop Dogg.
No.
Clear the air. What's going on with this?
I used to play for the Snoop Youth Football League when I was younger, and he was my Pop Warner coach, like growing up. But
So he was your coach.
yeah, one of my coaches. Yeah.
He was one of your coaches. So that's pretty good. That's in California.
Yes.
Does that league still exist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he know football? I mean, he's a big fan, but does he know football, Keisean?
I think he always inherited good players, so it didn't really matter about how he coached.
Well, his son was a good player, though. Didn't he play
Yeah.
at UCLA, was it, or USC?
UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA. So he knows football, Ricardo.
Yeah.
He's not just a rapper. But no.
He's a real coach.
So my next question to you is this. Is Snoop Dogg in your contacts?
Yes.
Okay, now.
Oh.
Which leads to this follow-up question. Can you right now, if I asked you, get him on FaceTime to meet the Clubhouse Live crew here?
No, he's on tour.
He's on tour.
Yeah, he texted me before the last game, so I know he's on tour.
Oh, look at him text dropping. Oh, yeah. Snoop Dogg texted me. So, but could we do it sometime? Could we Snoop Dogg FaceTime? Could he come to Grand Chute?
Yes.
Be here in person.
Trying to get him to like Green Bay to a game.
Yeah.
On the sidelines or something, hype the fans up.
And
make
then
them
he
excited.
could spend the night and then come to your show the next day as a why not?
You guys will want that?
See how I'm working here, Ricardo.
We'd get him the finest Motel 6 hotel room. It'd be great.
It just popped in my head. I've got the greatest idea. As part of that show, okay, Snoop Dogg is here is one of your guests. You should have Jonathan Owens as your special guest, who, of course, is married to Simone Biles. And Simone Biles could be here. It would be a star-studded evening at the Fox Club. What do you guys think? Yeah.
Let's start writing up the promos right now.
Keyshawn's like, shut up, Brett. He's like, shut up, Brett. I've had enough of this stuff. Don't put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Where's Mike Cruz, though? We could sell that. We could sell that, Mike, as a star-studded red carpet night here at the Fox Club. Snoop Dogg and Simone Biles. I like it. So, all right. Well, we'll see how that goes. But Rosie, in the meantime, we do have to get serious. We have to talk a little bit football. How about the Clubhouse Live gift of the night? Yes, that's Packer. Look on your screens up there. That's Packer fan after yesterday, right? Feeling a little frustrated. You had that. It felt like it was your game, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then what happened? What happened as you looked at film today? What the heck went wrong in Atlanta?
I just think we need to capitalize on the ops we get on defense, taking away the ball. We had 3 dropped interceptions. So no matter how good you play in this league, you can't really give another team that many options to score.
You know, I have it right here. Defense looked very sturdy, actually, through 3 quarters. I thought you guys played well. I'm sure you guys thought so too. But then the 4th quarter happened, and the Falcons just kind of went to town. 175 yards, drives of 8 and 12 yards, scored 13 points. So what went wrong in that final 15 minutes defensively, where they got cooking, especially on the ground game?
It just the wear and tear that when the defense is on the field for that long, and we gave up ops early in the game. Shouldn't even been in that situation. We catch those 3 interceptions and probably would have put the game away a long time ago. Same thing as our coaches told us. We just need to come together and play our type of style of football, and we'll take care of it.
So, of course, the question as you look at the corrections, right? Give everybody, it's always sky is falling the next day, and you've experienced that here in Titletown in Northeast Wisconsin and Packers Nation, right? Yeah. These are correctable mistakes, I'm guessing, as you looked at film.
Yeah, they're correctable, but at the end of the day, for how the fans feel and how we feel, it's a standard to wear the G on the helmet, and it's a certain expectation you have to play with, and we just got to get back to that. And that's all we talked about today in the building is getting back to our standard, how we play, and we just got to do it now.
So how do you guys keep a level head, right? Fans are upset. Social media, of course, is ablaze. If social media, Ricardo, they want everybody fired. It doesn't matter. You could be 9-0 and you have a loss, and everybody needs to be fired. How do you guys keep, just keep that noise out and just keep a level head? You don't get too high, you don't get too low. You just stay even keel.
Just stay off Twitter.
Yeah, X, Keyshawn.
It's X.
It's X now.
Yeah, X. Stay off X. But just know it's a process. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It won't be a Super Bowl tomorrow. It's probably only been a few teams. I think one that's ever went undefeated in a season. So
1972 Dolphins. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just taking the process and taking it one step at a time, one day at a time, one rep, one practice at a time, one game at a time. And we just gotta get it rolling on the right time.
Is this some of the growing pains maybe of a real young team that you might have to experience here in the early part of the season, or is that an excuse?
No, it's not an excuse because it was self-inflicted wounds on us. You know what I'm saying? The Falcons didn't. They did everything that we knew they were going to do. You know what I'm saying? But when we don't capitalize on the things that we knew they were going to do, at the NFL they get paid just like everybody else. They're in the league too, so you got to capitalize on those. Put the team away when you can. Put them
away. Well, maybe you can do that on Sunday afternoon at Lambeau Field, right? You got to be looking forward to getting home, right? Playing in front of the home fans. I'm sure some of these folks are going to be there on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, the fans are going to be in the Lamb truck.
Yeah. I'm not cool enough to say stuff like that, Ricardo, but You know who's going to be there is Mean Gene, our unofficial mascot, right, with the bobblehead. He's going to be there. Last thing, though, before we get to our first time out, we saw you on the TV copy or the TV broadcast. I'm sure others noticed the same thing. You kept turning around, talking. What's going on there? Were you jawing with the fans a little bit down in Atlanta? Was it getting a little chippy in the end zone for these kickoffs? What was going on, Keisean? Because I always spy my co-hosts and what they're doing.
When I be back there, I can like hear people like talking crazy to me sometimes, and they just kept going at my ego, saying, you know, like, you're not gonna take it out, you're not gonna do this and that. So now I look back and like, is this close now? We just you know, one block. It's gonna be for
Keep
house
chipping.
call.
Keep chirping, right? Keep chirping. Well, we did,
right.
and I did hear you on one where the ball sailed out of the end zone, so you weren't able to return it. But you had like this is an incredibly loud scream. All right. Was that just a frustration scream on you? What was going on there? Or did
Yeah, I was agitated.
You
I
were
want the
agitated.
ball. I don't like when they kick it out. They try to kick it away from me. They didn't even give me the ball.
That's what becomes of being an all-pro, right?
Yeah.
He's an all-pro kickoff return guy. You're not going to get too many chances. They're too scared of you. It's tough to stay patient in those opportunities.
Yeah, I get really frustrated.
A couple times you weren't showing your patience, right? You're deep in the end zone. You're saying, I'm taking this out anyway.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, every time.
That's okay. Well, you know, I think you scored touchdowns on both those drives anyway, or both of those, I believe.
Oh, yeah, we did. We had touchdowns on those drives.
So, again, no harm, no foul. But, you know, Ricardo, that wasn't the only thing on the TV copy or the broadcast we were hearing. We were hearing some vulgarities. I don't know if you were watching the game yesterday.
Those things catch everything.
The Fox audio crew was having a really rough game, okay? And you could hear some not so... Did you hear that, Bob? Some not so good language going on in the game. So get it together, Fox. All right, and let's let this guy take a few kickoffs out because you know you're gonna score a couple. I think as the season goes on. So time out, Ricardo. Time for tonight's stat pack. And Keisean, I think you're gonna like this one. A cool stat that was making the rounds yesterday on social media on X. Every single point the Packers scored against the Falcons came from the rookies. How about the rookie class doing some work? You had Jaden Reed with 2 touchdowns, Dontavian Wicks with a TD, Anders Carlson, he kicked a field goal and 3 extra points. Good-looking rookie class overall so far. Before we get to Ricardo and trivia tonight, but what have you seen, like guys from Wicks and Reed and some of these young receivers? They're making noise right away. Got to be impressed.
Yeah, I think it started with training camp. I would say we have a really good defense, and you know you go against us every day in practice, and you got to live up to the standard that we withheld. And the guys are doing really good. Them really good players. Yeah, Goody did a really good draft class this year. You guys really can play.
Yeah, making an impact without a doubt. But you mentioned something, and then I'll kick it back over to Ricardo about you think you got a really good defense. When something happens like it did yesterday in the fourth quarter, confidence, does that get hurt a little bit, or are you still an ultra-confident group back there?
Confidence don't go away, but, you know, every day you got to wake up and be at your best. And sometimes, you know, you don't want it to be that way, but it's just they had the momentum at the right time, and we didn't put them away early, and that's usually what happens. You don't put the team away, they haunt you later, and that's what happened.
All right, got through the first segment, got through a timeout. Ricardo, we're doing trivia tonight still, right?
We do, but before we do the trivia, I want to let everyone know we do have some rules that you have to follow. First off, we'll ask the question, and if you know the answer, please raise your hand. Don't shout it out. You're just giving someone else an opportunity to possibly win the trivia contest here. If you're correct, you win what, Brett?
Well, Ricardo, we have a couple of items tonight. We have this very cool Timber Rattlers cap. Look at that. Huh? Got the Brewers colors as well. And for the other trivia question, a pack of Timber Rattlers playing cards. So we thank the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers for that.
But once you win, you're out for the rest of the show. Sorry, live chatters, got to be here to win.
Am I asking the first question?
You are.
Here we go. Question number 1 is about Keisean, believe it or not. At what SEC school did Keisean finish his collegiate playing career? Where did he go? Bart Starr's thinking about it. I'm going to go back there.
Right back here.
Come on up. She got it right. South Carolina. Yeah. You get the... Keisean, I'll let you give her the... Get her the Timber Rattlers cap. Congratulations.
Thank you,
the Gamecocks. Keisean started out going down the JUCO route at Arizona Western College, right? And then you transferred over to South Carolina, playing in the SEC. You know, if Eric was going to be here tonight, as we keep talking with Keisean, I wanted to know, he played at Georgia.
We just played this weekend.
And they beat you guys, but it was a good game, 24-14, right? Mm-hmm. Did you have a little side bet with Eric?
Yeah, and Quay Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got to wear Georgia gear at practice tomorrow.
Ooh.
Wednesday.
And Devontae Wyatt as well,
yeah.
Georgia Bulldog. Are those the only guys on the team? I'm trying to think if there's more. Yes. Yeah. How are you going to feel about that?
Sick to my stomach.
Georgia Bulldogs, Ricardo, back-to-back.
I actually forgot. You just reminded me.
Yeah. Well, back-to-back national champs, ranked number 1 in the country, but you guys gave them a pretty good battle. What was it like playing in the SEC, man? That gets you ready for the NFL, doesn't it?
Yeah, the SEC prepared me well. Probably some of the best competition in the United States, football-wise, and it just every day it felt like the NFL, like you had to bring it every day. And, you know, guys are hungry to make it to the league, so people trying to change their lifestyles and their lives, and they play hard. And if you don't play hard in the SEC, you won't play at all.
What was your best win at South Carolina?
Best win. Probably, that's a good one. We had a lot of wins. Probably beating Texas A&M in Texas A&M.
Okay.
That was a good win. There was a lot of people in the stands.
Yeah, well, it seems to be that way down south, right?
Yeah.
Football's a little bit different. We were talking about that, Ricardo, with the high school games that we live stream Friday nights, and you get a lot of great atmosphere, full places, but then we were talking about it afterwards. I wonder what it's like in Ohio or Pennsylvania or Florida or Texas, you know, these places where it just gets times 1,000. So it'd be kind of fun to check that out sometime. Let's talk a little bit. I wanted to ask you a little bit, maybe can you give us an update on how Eric is doing injury-wise, right? Eric, last year in Detroit, had the torn meniscus and the Liz Frank injury in his foot, so he got a double injury, really sidelined him in that game against the Lions in November. So you see him every day. I know he's always upbeat. He's always smiling, always in a good mood. So how's he looking? Is he getting close? I know he's on the PUP list right now.
The thing is, I don't ever really ask Eric how his, rehab process is. I always just check on his mental, you know, just seeing how his head is, make sure he's still into it and stuff like that. But Eric is Eric. He's always happy, smiling, country boy, so he'll be all right.
He'll be all right, yeah. Well, they need him out there, right? I think he'll give a big boost to that secondary. What can he bring when he returns to your room and on the field? I mean, you already got pretty much a stacked secondary room, cornerback room, and now you add him to the mix, and here we go.
He brings his speed and the way he played football. He's a first-round pick, so he knows what he's doing. He just adds more value to the room, and we'll probably play more coverages and have more DBs on the field, which I like.
Have you ever had a serious injury, football-related?
Yeah, I tore my groin 2 years ago.
How did you handle the mental side of it? You said you're checking with Eric on the mental side.
Yeah.
No matter what injury you have, it's always a mental hurdle, right, to kind of get back onto the field and not be so thinking about that and re-injuring it and just wanting to go out, play fast, and be athletic like you guys are. So how do you get over those mental challenges when you have a serious injury?
Just like I said, what our team needs to do this week coming up is just trust the process. You know, like your body is going to feel really good one day and the next day it's going to be back crappy. You know, just trust the process in your rehab and your commitment to whatever goals you set in your rehab process and just attack it every day and then you'll be fine. Your body heals. The body
always heals, right? Yeah, it always gets back. You always get back onto the field, and it'll be fun to see Eric back onto the field here shortly. I think he's on the PUP list for 2 more games. I think he's got to miss, right? And then that window kind of opens up, and maybe in another month or so he's back out there, help you guys win some ball games. So that'll be fun. A few more things, and then Ricardo, it's time for our social media question of the night as well. But artificial turf. Yes, look at you. That has become a very hot topic in the last week.
Yeah.
Obviously, and it kind of happened right as our show was signing off last week. The murmur, right? Aaron Rodgers went down, and it was like, what happened? You got carted off the field. Ricardo and I, you and I went back to the office, watched the Monday night game, and then all of a sudden you started to hear, it looks like it could be an Achilles, and that's what it was. Although apparently Aaron Rodgers claims he thinks he can be back by the end of the season. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. what kind of a strange rehab
He's got those funky medicine people
He
helping
must-
him out there.
something from some tropical island. He found some sort of medicine or whatever, but we won't worry about that. But your take on artificial turf, Keisean, turf versus grass, does it matter to you? I'm guessing you like grass better.
Yeah, I like grass better. It just doesn't have. I just feel like turf has too much torque in it. Like when you're running on it, so like your body does things that it normally doesn't do on grass. And then like playing in the SEC, it wasn't too. It's probably only like 2 turf fields. Periods, probably Kentucky and Missouri. So it's always grass. So I've never really played on turf until I got to NFL. And yeah, I just don't like it. You run fast on it, but you can't really stop how you want to. It's like it's really bad on your knees.
Well, I see David Bakhtiari spoke out strongly about it. I know Randall Cobb, your former teammate, said the same thing in response to the Aaron Rodgers injury. You know, I mentioned Eric Stokes, Rashawn Gary, Romeo, all got hurt in that Lions game last year in November. So, but then there's others that I was reading that Eli Manning was like, turf gives you always a consistent playing surface. You're always going to know what you're going to get with turf versus, say, a rainy, washed out night. You disagree with that?
He plays quarterback, and he's not.
There you go. Yeah. Let him have it, Keisean. Let him have it.
He's not running 21 miles per hour to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even add up.
K9 getting a little snarly up here, right? He's getting a little angry at Eli.
He's right. Eli Manning has the mobility of a skyscraper, right? He's not moving around. I mean,
that's true. That's true. But are you one of those guys in the league that says you'd like to see the NFL mandate grass throughout the league?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, are there worse turf surfaces than others, or is turf pretty much the same and it just stinks?
I think MetLife is like the worst.
Really?
Yeah, in New York, that's pretty bad. I hurt my ankle there too twice.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, again, NFL plays so much. There's so much money on the line. You guys are the product. You think they would do a little bit better to try to take care of you guys? How does your body feel after you're playing on turf versus grass? You feel it the next day a little bit more?
Yeah, you feel it right after the game. Just your joints be more sore and stuff like that. But again, it's just the torque that you run at full speed one way and stop it on a dime and then going back the other way. Like on grass, your body doesn't like get stopped. You know, you can slide over grass, it does everything, but like on turf, it stops. And then like you're going this way to try to re-rack, go this way, kind of hard. But yeah, it hurts.
It hurt, but that Lambeau Field grass is going to be, yes, look at that big smile on his face. Those knees are going to feel good, right? Everybody's going out to the big game. Everybody can't wait for Saints Week. So, Ricardo, I want to kick it over to you. You have a social media question of the night for Keisean, and this is a very interesting one.
it is. This one's from Jackson V on Facebook. He wants to know, hey, should we expect to see you take any offensive snaps this season? I know you took some reps in training camp on offense and haven't heard anything since. He's putting you on the spot.
Yes, Keisean. Rosie, get the breaking news music ready because he might have something to say here.
I don't have anything to say. I don't know. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I focus on my positions and things I do. But if they call it and say it's ready, I'm ready.
Yes, just yes, right? Let's see number 25 out there, right? Keisean, K9, you can't fool me with your smile. I know you want to be out there offensively, right? I know you want to make some things happen, and I know Matt LaFleur has a few little wrinkles, but you just can't tell us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? We know it. Be on the lookout. Saints, Lions, Vikings. We'll see who gets unleashed with the Keisean Nixon offensive package here in a little bit. But for having his question selected, Jackson wins a signed photo of K9. Each week, we'll ask you to submit a question for our co-host or guest that we'll ask live during Monday's show. Look for it on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Okay, we're going to take another time out, Ricardo, and it's trivia question number 2. And then I want you also, folks, to stick around after the show. We've got this great Alan Lazard bobblehead giveaway. Our former co-host. The Lizard King now with the New York Jets, right? We all enjoyed Alan Lazard. It's courtesy of our friends at Bobbles Galore. Bobbles Galore is your source for the largest selection of bobbleheads you will find anywhere. That includes a great selection of Packers, Brewers, and Bucks bobbleheads. Shop bobblesgalore.com today. Keisean, you need a bobblehead.
I do.
Mike, sorry, man. You got to get on Bobbles Galore. We need a K9 Keisean Nixon bobblehead. Maybe you with Snoop Dogg. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
There we
I
go.
like that one.
I'm just coming up with the promotional stuff tonight. Yes. All right. Trivia question number 2, Ricardo.
Yes, I need both you and Keisean to look out in the crowd to see who raises their hand first. Here's the question. Everyone remembers Keisean's 105-yard kickoff return for a touchdown last season against Minnesota. Did you know that was Green Bay's first kickoff return for a score since the 2011 season, when this former Packers fan favorite returned to kick 108 yards against the Saints?
This guy right here raised his hand. Randall Cobb is correct. Come on up, get your prize. Keisean will give it to you. You get the bell. Randall Cobb. I was at that game. I covered that game that night, Ricardo. Randall Cobb, friend of the show, by the way. He's been on numerous times over the years. He returned his kick for a TD in the third quarter of a 42-34 Week 1 victory over New Orleans at Lambeau Field. And, of course, the Saints up next. So maybe a little juju for Keisean Nixon to equal that feat on Sunday. So, hey, Rosie, I need some music. It is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge, sponsored by Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Your Center for Dental Excellence, voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist Best of the Bay in back-to-back years. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. So we're going to do this a little bit differently. Keisean, we're going to invite Tracy Santos, friend of the show. She's going to take Ricardo's wireless mic. And Tracy, come on right in between me and Keisean. Keisean, this is Tracy. Tracy, this is Keisean. You guys are playing against each other tonight. All right? We have a Clubhouse Live challenge for you guys, and we're going to stick with our original. We're going to play another game of How Well Do You Know, Ricardo? I think most people know it, but I'm going to kind of lay out the ground rules just in case you forgot. I know this is big in the locker room too, Keisean. At least that's what the guys have told me. How well do you know? You guys play that all the time. But it is a rapid-fire trivia contest in which I will ask you 5 questions. They each pertain to the same category. If you think you know the answer, all you got to do is ring the bell. You can interrupt. Now, tonight there will not be actual questions. There will be something that you'll see on your video screen here in a moment. Now, Ricardo, each question, as I said, worth 1 point. Ricardo will try to keep tab of the score. At the end, there'll be a bonus question or a bonus picture on the screen of a point total that I'll determine to make sure Tracy Santos wins the game because she is our special guest tonight. Okay? Now, if Keisean wins, if Keisean wins, Keishawn's going to go home with a signed photo of himself. All right? Keishawn's taking this home, and he's going to look at himself all night long. And Keisean, for those nights when you're watching Monday Night Football, a little Miller Lite Go Pack Go Can koozie. Now, if Tracy wins, she'll get those prizes, okay? Now, the category tonight. You guys should be probably interested in the category tonight. Now, I want you to tell us how well do you know baseball logos, okay? We are at a baseball stadium, after all. Neuroscience Group Field, home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Just baseball logos, Tracy. Relax, okay? Just relax and let the game play out. You'll look on the screen. A logo will appear. If you know the team of that logo corresponds to, ring the bell, and it's that simple, okay? Now, who thinks K9, who thinks Keisean's winning tonight? Not bad. Who thinks Tracy Santos is winning the game? Okay. Okay. So I know that maybe are you okay with the bell positioning, Tracy? Okay.
We'll make it work.
Here we go. Rosie, get ready. Logo number 1. Who is this of? Keisean.
Oilers.
Ricardo, score. 1-0 Keisean. Baltimore Orioles is correct. Keisean knows his baseball. Rosie, logo number 2. Keisean.
Arizona Razorbacks.
Ricardo, score.
Diamondbacks.
Oh.
Oh, what did he say?
He said Razorbacks.
Razorbacks.
It's the
I didn't hear.
Diamondbacks.
Are you thinking Arkansas Razorbacks? Okay, so we Ricardo, we have to take the point away from Keisean.
We can give it to
It's
her.
1-1 tie,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Reflexes
Arizona
are
Diamondbacks.
Really good. It's good for the
Logo
Packers.
number 3. Keisean.
Milwaukee Brewers.
We had to do the Brewers, right? Of course. And Keisean knows about the hidden meaning. The first place Milwaukee Brewers, everybody, right? Yeah. They're running away with the division. And they're playing your Cardinals, yes. Logo number 4, Rosie. Yes, Tracy.
Minnesota Twins.
Yes, the Twins, the Twinkies, the Minnesota Twins. 2-2. Here we go. This is a tough one. Logo number 5. Yes, Tracy.
Guardians?
The Guardians is correct. The Cleveland Guardians, their new brand, their new logo, their new nickname. So it's 3-2 Tracy. That makes this bonus question worth 2 points for Keisean to steal the game. Now, a little hint before you see this next logo. The category is baseball logos, not major league logos. Rosie, put it on the screen. Tracy Santos.
The Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
The Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. That is that team right here at Neuroscience Group Field. Tracy Santos wins the game. Rosie, some championship music, please, because Tracy, you are going home with Keisean Nixon, and you got the can koozie. How about a big round of applause tonight for Tracy Santos? Yes. You were doing good for a while.
The last few were hard.
Yes, the Guardians was tough, I figured, and the last one, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, who play right here at Neuroscience
Did he
Group
say
Field.
Razorbacks?
The Arizona Razorbacks.
Yeah. He's got the SEC on his mind.
He does.
He can't get it off.
I just heard the backs, and I thought he got Diamondbacks, so I think that threw you off, and then it was...
Should have just gave it to me.
Tracy was not going to have it. No, she was not going to have it. But the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, the minor league affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. So, hey, Ricardo, it is time for our high school team of the week. Why don't you introduce the Fox Valley Lutheran girls varsity
Yes, listen.
volleyball team?
First off, can we have the team stand up, please? Let's go, ladies. You deserve it. Fox Valley Lutheran Foxes coach Wendy Bixby. Yes, coaching staff as well. Thank you so much. Hey, listen.
Let's get everybody
JV
up.
team can stand up too.
Get the whole program up. Yeah, everybody
there
stand
we go.
up. There we go.
Well, listen, Brett. These girls, let me tell you about this something, Keisean, as well. They're ranked number 2 in the state in Division II in the Wisconsin Volleyball Coaches Association. The latest rankings, not just that. They are 22-6 overall. They host WAPAC on Tuesday. And this blows my mind here. Get this. Over the last, I would say 4 seasons, the non-COVID year, we're not counting that, they are 103-10 overall record. So listen, yeah. They were, well, they're 22-6 this season. Last year they were 35-4. The year before, 35-3. And we're not counting the COVID year, but they were 14-3 that year. But in 2019, 33-3. Bro, that's a lot of wins.
I think
That's
you said,
tough.
didn't you say yow before?
Yow.
Yow.
That's a lot of wins.
That's a lot of wins. Yeah.
103-10 in those 3 years. That's incredible.
Yow is right. So congratulations
Thank you again.
on a great season again for the Foxes.
And
Well
best of
done.
luck.
And thank you for being here. We appreciate you guys. What do you think about that?
Could you play volleyball?
Do I play volleyball?
Could
Do I
you?
look like I play volleyball? Are you crazy? They would clean my clock.
Yeah.
He looks like a bowling ball.
But you know what? I bet you I could beat you in volleyball.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes. We should have a contest sometime.
I don't think you can beat me anything athletically.
Whoa!
You guys would make
you're probably
couple.
right.
You guys would make a nice couple liberos because you got to have height to do some of those hitting, Brett.
Well, I'm going to think of something I can beat you at, okay? Give me some time, and I'm going to show that I can beat you in something.
Okay.
Maybe some ping pong.
Pickleball.
I'm playing pickleball, Ricardo. That's how I hurt my back 3 weeks ago, believe it or not. So I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better. So we're going to wind down. We got to get you back on the road, get you back resting up, getting ready for the Saints. Thoughts on taking on New Orleans? New Orleans. They're playing right now, obviously, against the Panthers on Monday Night Football, one of 2 Monday Night Football games. Probably too early that you probably haven't looked at them quite yet, or maybe you've done some film study.
I play with Derek Carr.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Oh. Okay, then. That's all we're going to let them say,
Yeah.
unless you want to say some more.
No, I'll see you Sunday. Can't wait to see you guys there, Gene. See
Yeah.
you there.
All right. Okay, that's all you have to say, Ricardo. There's some cryptic
Short and
meaning
sweet.
behind that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, what do you need to see from the Lambeau Field faithful? What do you need to see from those fans out there on Sunday afternoon, high noon at Lambeau Field? Guys like me and Gene and some others.
Just bring the energy, and we're going to bring the energy, too, and let's get a win in Lambeau and start the year off right.
There you go. What do you guys think? Yeah. How about Keisean Nixon tonight? Well done, Keisean. Just make sure when you go home you drive the speed limit now, okay? You don't have to rush back home. You can take it a little bit easy. But, Ricardo, we're going to go up north. We are going to predict the big game at Lambeau, home opener, Saints, Packers, high noon. Who do you like in that one?
Saints are playing tonight, actually, against the Panthers.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be. So if you're a Packer fan, you might want to watch the
Do you have
rest
the
of that
score right
game.
now? I think they're playing right now.
They're leading 6-3 over the Panthers. Brett, I have it right here. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Okay. Saints fan? Okay.
Jamal
Well, anyway.
Williams. That's right. Jamal Williams is on that team now, right?
Yes, that's true. I'll tell you this, Brett. I would have felt better about the Saints maybe getting a win if Green Bay hadn't lost. So I can't see them losing to another NFC South team. Unfortunately for me, I'm going to have to pick the Packers to win by a field goal.
There you go, Mean Gene. Yeah.
Don't get used to it.
Keyshawn,
But yes.
what do I call this? Do you remember what I call this?
Your lucky hat.
The victory,
Victory
visor.
hat.
The victory visor. It is a lucky hat, but a victory visor goes on the head because I'm predicting another Packers win. How does it look, everybody? Let's go 27-17, Green Bay beating the Saints at Lambeau Field. Yep, Bob likes it. Saints playing Carolina tonight as we speak. Derek Carr sacked 4 times in last week's 16-15 victory over Tennessee. Also threw a pick. Saints, though, the defense looked pretty good, though. 3 interceptions, 3 sacks, didn't surrender a touchdown. But we'll see. I like Aaron Jones. Maybe Christian Watson could get back on the field and get that offense a little bit of a spark, right? And I think the Packers are going to be able to run the ball against those guys. And I think Keyshawn has something up his sleeve maybe for his friend, the quarterback.
Offense.
Maybe some offense is back. Maybe a pick six and a touchdown return, a kickoff return for a score. How about that? Packers win the turnover battle. Hit on some big plays. Send the home fans happy with the win at Lambeau Field. Ricardo, Packers News app, quick.
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. Brett, that Packers News app is your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Unlimited digital access is also included to the Packers News app. PackersNews.com, and all that can be yours for as low as 99 cents for the first month. 99 cents!
That's
right?
nothing,
Please
right?
subscribe today. We need that money.
By the way, $1 for a 6-month unlimited digital subscription, too, for any of our
Even better
websites.
deal. Come on.
Come on. $1 for 6 months. You can't go wrong. And you can't go wrong thanking our sponsors and friends. First, our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Packerland Home Improvement. We also want to thank our segment sponsors, Bobbles Galore and Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. And finally, there you go, thank you to our supporting sponsors and friends, Shields, Escort Limousine Service, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here, Miller Lite, and as always, the good folks here at the Fox Club and the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Now, programming note, I kind of tease what's happening next week again. These guys are not going to be with us because they will be focusing on next Thursday's game against the Lions. So filling in and joining us will be Green Bay Packers legend, Pro Football Hall of Famer Jerry Kramer is going to be here. Jerry Kramer, a key member of those Vince Lombardi dynasty teams. He's a friend of the show, Ricardo, and a master storyteller. You're going to want to be here in person to see it, or you're going to want to watch it live online. You do not want to miss that show. He's got some great stories about Vince Lombardi, Keyshawn. I don't know if you've ever met Jerry, but it's worth a conversation with him at some point. His appearance, by the way, is in partnership with Mayfield Sports Marketing. And I guess we're going to talk about Ricardo. He's got a new book, among other things. Not sure if I think the book is possibly going to be here, Mike Cruz. So maybe availability for a new book to be purchased as well. So be right here at the Fox Club next Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Josiah DeGuara is back here for our October 2nd show. Keyshawn, you're off from us until October 16th. That's when you're back with us. So you get a little break from me, okay? I'm sure you're definitely looking forward to that. In the meantime, you always get the final word. What do you have to say to all these great fans here that showed up tonight to see you?
Go Pack Go.
That's it. Keep those claps coming for Keyshawn, the K9, right? For Ricardo and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off. Be back here next Monday night, 6:30 p.m. We're going to celebrate a Packers victory over the New Orleans Saints with Green Bay Packers legend, Pro Football Hall of Famer, Jerry Kramer. In the meantime, Mean Gene, take it away. Stick around. We got surprises to give away.